with the rise of our team as far as the winning record and beating and winning a Virginia Tech game on national TV at 8 o'clock, winning a Notre Dame game, prime time 8 o'clock in our stadium, and everybody's seeing all the things that come with it. The chain has been a huge part of it, and the thing about the turnover chain is that it is Miami. It's Miami. It's Cuban Link. It's got the big U and all the gems and sparkles and all that kind of thing. I mean, that's kind of how we roll down here in Miami. And the other thing though that I love about it is it's pure fun. I mean, anytime a guy got a turnover, the only thing he did bad is try to take his helmet off on the way to the sideline because he wants to put the chain on. I mean, I don't see anybody taunting the guy. I don't see anybody waving at anybody. I see him running to the bench and celebrating a moment with his teammates and the fan base, and that's all we're doing. And I want them to have fun. I want to celebrate good things, and it's been awesome.
To our right again, second row.
Hey, Mark, what was the mood like at practice this week after the tough loss in Pittsburgh?
Well, Sunday night we started out great. Having a day off to just kind of give everybody a moment to grieve and mourn and all that kind of stuff, but also begin to think about what could be and what's about to happen. It didn't take long to get everybody back online, ready to go. Now, if we'd have practiced, if we'd have played on a Saturday and practiced the very next day, it'd probably have been a little somber, be my guess. But when you let 48 hours pass and you already start looking at film of the next opponent and know what we're playing for, it didn't take long to get everybody juiced up, ready to practice.
Anyone else?
I think it's gotten cooler since we got in there.
Right on cue, Matt Porter, Palm Beach Post. I have to ask you for your reaction to the news about Jimbo. Obviously, you guys went head to head and probably expected to coach against him for a while.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I did an event with the governor asked Coach McElwain and Coach Fisher and myself to come for a summit on had something to do with jobs, I think, in the state. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we were all there, and you'd have thought we'd be doing things like that for years to come, and just hadn't turned out that way. But I've been through it, so I know job changes can happen, and they happen for different reasons. And I'm not going to get in anybody's business, but certainly I know I've heard what's going on, but I haven't focused on it at all because I'm trying to get ready and try to get a first down or two.
Matt Marshall, the Orlando Sentinel. When you took over the program, did you have in your mind kind of like a calendar of when you wanted things to kind of happen, like when you felt like this team would be ready maybe to compete for the ACC championship? And if so, do you feel like you're ahead of schedule, or do you guys feel like you're
everybody keeps asking me that. And I go back to the answer I had before, that I think there's a process of how you get to where you want to go, and it starts with the administration. Got Blake James and Jen Strawley here, and them wanting the program to be great and being helpful and trying to get everything done that I feel like we need to get done to get where we're going. You got to hire great staff. You got to recruit. You got to recruit great players, but you got to be able to develop them once they get there. You got to feed them a certain way. You got to make sure your strength and conditioning program is right, and you got to make sure that the coaches themselves can teach them the fundamentals that they need to be taught. And so it takes time and cycles of recruiting, years of recruiting to get where Clemson is right now. I mean, when you look at Clemson on tape, you're like, wow, look at these guys, But you could tell they've been doing it for a while, and they've been not only recruiting well, but they've been developing well for a while now. And for the most part, Dabo's kept his staff together too, and I think that's important. So if you can do that year after year after year at a place like Miami, we can hope to be where we're at now on a pretty consistent basis. Or you're not going to win every year, but you feel like you're going to be right in there every single year. And this, as far as a timetable, all I could tell you is our plan was to become the best we could be and win every game we play. I mean, when we line up, we don't say, man, well, we think we'll win this one, but I don't know if we win that one. I mean, we go into every game believing we can win, and thankfully we won the close games this year, where last year we didn't.
Front row.
Coach, I think it was after the Notre Dame game, you said you had compiled a video of all the experts picking against Miami and showed it to your players.
Well, I didn't have to, but, yeah, and some people took offense to that. I wasn't, all I was doing was, we just showed video of people's opinion that they didn't think we could win and why they didn't think we could win. And, you know, I thought it got, I don't think anybody was trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but it got our guys' attention, and I think it challenged them.
Anything planned for this week?
I don't have anything special. I haven't, you know, what happened to me, I think it was midweek, late week. Some of my, you know, I'm not on the phone looking at Twitter all the time or looking at the social media all the time, but I've got young coaches around me that they're like the players. They're looking at it, you know. They see what's going on. Like, hey, Coach, did you see this? Did you see that? You know, and so that's what happened that week. So I watched a couple of those. I go, you know, well, maybe we could show it to the boys and see if it'll fire them up. So, but getting fired up lasts about 2 or 3 series, and then it settles into a game, and it settles into the habits you've created, you know, throughout the season, throughout the week.
Front row, in front of you.
Coach, I was just curious on Malik. From the beginning of the season when there was, you know, this big quarterback competition, no one had any idea, maybe you did, but on the outside we didn't know who was going to be the
Right.
starter, to winning all his games but one.
Right.
What has he done? I mean, who is
Well,
he? Can you just take us behind the veil on
Malik,
him?
Malik's very smart. He understands football. He can come off the field or even after a rep in practice and just tell in detail what he saw. Because I've always learned as a quarterback's coach to always ask him, you know, why did you do what you did, whether it was good or bad. And if they can tell you why they did what they did, it's a good sign. Sometimes I say he's doing the right thing for the right reasons. You know, sometimes a guy do the right thing because he got lucky. You know what I mean? So, but he can recall what happened. And even like if you're watching film the next day from the day before, I said, what'd you see? What'd you think? Why'd you do what you did? Because we could see the film from up in the sky, you know. But we're not standing in that pocket with all them bodies flying around. We're not seeing exactly what he's seeing. And so he's very good in that way. He's got plenty of arm strength to throw any ball that you could ask a guy to throw. And then he's got some wheels. He's not the most prolific runner in America, but he's been an effective runner. And without his running ability, I don't think we're here today. To go along with his ability to think and process and throw, we have, you know, we've certainly put in some quarterback run game for him throughout the season. That has made a big difference for us. And so, I mean, those are the things that helped him win the job. And I'm really, really proud of him because I wasn't convinced he was going to be the guy going into camp. I can tell you that.
Take
Yes.
2 more. First one to our left, and then we'll front row.
Coach Marcel Louis-Jacques Anderson, Independent Mail. How have you seen Malik respond mentally after you took him out of the game late against Pittsburgh?
Right. Well, first of all, after one series, he's like, Coach, can I go back in there and lead the team? You know, so I put him back in. And I probably would have put him back in anyway, but I liked his attitude. He didn't go on the bench and pout. He stayed up. He loves Evan Sheriffs. He loves his teammates. He was trying to help him, and he wanted to win. You know, he was struggling hitting his target. If Evan hit his target, I think he'd have been happy if we'd have won the game. That's the kind of person he is. He's a great kid. He's got a great heart. And then, but he's like, can I go back in? I was like, yeah, you can go back in. And then, you know, so he went back in, and we had success when he went back in. And but I told him at the end of the game, I said, look, you're still the guy. There's not going to be any controversy. You were just struggling for the moment, hitting your target. And so that's why I made the change. But then I wanted to watch him because you get everybody else's opinion. You go home, you watch social media, you might talk to family, who knows what happens between the time I saw him until I saw him again. You know, I saw him Friday, and then I saw him again Sunday night, you know, so I just kept a close eye on him, and I felt like his body language didn't change, his attitude didn't change. We were right back to work, and then even Evan Sheriffs, you know, we talked about it. You know, Evan could have been maybe in the tank a little bit, like, oh, Coach, you gave me one series, and that's it. I mean, I didn't feel that from him. I felt like, Coach, I'm here to help the team win any way I can, and that's how he's been the whole season.
Last question, first row.
Susan Miller-Degnan, Miami Herald.
Hey, Susan.
Mark, you've played so many games in a row after the hurricane hit. without a break.
Right.
And now, after this game, you're going to have a pretty long break.
Right.
Is that a good thing as far as the coach goes? And is
Yeah.
the answer dependent on whether you win or lose?
Well, here's what's going to happen. When that game's over, we're either going to be in the locker room cheering and going crazy, excited, or we're going to be in the tank, one of the two. Then the next day, everybody's going on the road recruiting. Bam. I mean, won't come back till the next weekend. And we can go do it again for another week at least. The second weekend, we have maybe 15, 20 kids coming on a visit, a bunch of our commitments that are going to be mid-year enrollees and all that. I mean, you go to the next phase so fast it'll make your head spin. You know what? I think it's going to be good for the players to get a break, finish up academics. We'll do some running and lifting because you could actually get a little strength back and start getting your body feeling good again and fresh and all that. And I'll say this will be the last thing I'll say. When it comes to bowl preparation, whether it's playoffs, bowl, whatever it is, my focus has always been to do what we need to do to win the game, not try to create spring ball. Some people say, well, I'll take my young guys and give them rep and work, and it'll be like a spring ball for them. And we don't do that. We do whatever we think we need to do to help win the game. And quite frankly, all our young guys are playing because we don't have a lot of depth. But I think it'll be good for those players to get a little break. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.